This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween. What's up everybody, it's your girl Amanda. Welcome to my channel, The Buzzed Artist. Wow, I totally forgot my theme. A place where you can totally let loose and just have fun with acrylic paint. And today we're actually adding in another totally new medium that I never used before on canvas. And that is gonna be using a hot glue gun. I'm sure you guys are this is actually a medium that I started to reconsider again for using on canvas. So I haven't seen a lot of this on canvas before, and I took to Pinterest and I saw a ton of really cool ideas. And the idea of making a spell book using hot glue and acrylics I thought was brilliant. I thought that would be really fun, and just, hey, why not? Let's see what it looks like. So without much further ado, just be sure to get your supplies and come join me. I'm going to show you how to make this. And before we do, be sure to like this video and to subscribe so that you can see more videos from me in the future. Alright, let's go! I have a canvas that I previously had. I just painted over it in black acrylic. And I'm just gonna use a, dropping everything. I'm gonna use a hot glue gun. This is already plugged in, so it's hot and ready to go. And I have some colors of paint. So I'm gonna be using some titanium white, some primary yellow, red, and black. All right, and I'll have all these colors in the description below. So I'm kind of thinking I wanna do a couple of things. I wanna do some borders for this. So all I'm gonna do is, once I put down that black, what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna start making a border. And I ran out of sticks. All right, so I'm gonna put another stick in. There you go. So I'm just gonna lay this down. And I'm gonna just create that border. Okay. This might be a little tough to work with this with the tendrils. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a tendril design. Now this is my first time actually working a hot glue gun for canvas, so this is interesting. I discovered it on Pinterest actually, and I got kind of semi-obsessed just like looking up all the different designs you could do. Okay. The only thing that's a little tough is the tendrils that happen afterwards. So I'm gonna have to figure something out about that. Okay. So far I kind of have this. You can kind of see it in the light. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna do two more borders on this side. Stab. Dot right there. Maybe a little dot right there. Kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay, so now I'm gonna write the word spells right across here. Actually, I'm going to write book underneath. Spell book. So now there's probably a couple more things I want to add to this before we're done. So I probably want to add a bat. So body. So I'm going to do the bat body, which is just this. And then I'm just gonna do the wings. So I'm just gonna okay, that's one side. This looks like someone kind of just splooged on this. Hopefully we can make it better with our paint. We'll do little bat ears so we can kind of see them as a creature. And maybe I'll do like a snake here. So I'm just gonna do lines. Okay, so I got the snake's body, and then this head is gonna be right here. Just gonna make his head way bigger. I'm just kind of like pushing with the tip of the glue gun here, because then that way it's still hot, so I should be able to kind of use this to my advantage. So I'm gonna start to like peel off all the tendrils that kind of got left over. You can already see it's like coming out like this really cool, very like cryptic looking kind of spell book. So yeah, I'm just gonna work on taking off all these little tendrils here. Then we'll get on to painting. Okay, so I tried my best to get rid of all those tendrils that kind of got left over after the wax. It is almost damn near impossible. So if I find any other tips on how to do this, I will be sure to share them. But I'm impatient, so now I want to go and start painting. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab my big brush. So I got my biggest brush here. And if you're not sure or you want to know exactly what kind of big brush that I have, you can just be sure to look in the description below. So kind of what I'm feeling here is maybe we can do some like a yellow base first. You know, let's do like an orange actually. So I'm figuring this out as we go. So I got my big brush. I'm gonna take my yellow and I'm gonna take some red. So I'm gonna make some orange. Okay, this is a nice vibrant, actually. I like this a lot. Alright. Yeah, so like a nice, like, cool pumpkin orange. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and paint all around the spell book. So I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, mama, that looks really freaking cool. Oh my god, this is awesome! So I'm gonna leave the tendrils in here because they start to look like spider webs. Now what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna add some features, some white features on top. So actually no, white and black. So I'm going to combine some of my white with my black to make some gray. So I'm going to make a nice gray color. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over like the area where there's text, and basically wherever I laid down the hot glue. So the really cool thing about all this is how it does give this like really cool, like old book kind of feel. And that's kind of what we're going for here. So I'm just going ahead and adding this layer. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this part to dry. Okay, so now that this is dry, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take my large brush, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just dip it in straight up black this time, okay? So straight up black. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to start going over my entire canvas. And I'm kind of paying a lot more attention to the rises and to the corners. Because I want to give it that like very burnt looking effect. So I'm just kind of taking my brush and kind of filling it in with the black. I'm making sure to get the edges of the letters too, because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my excuse me, my towel. It's got a little bit of a wetness to it, and I'm just gonna go over the tops of the letters very lightly and just wipe off the black paint that I just laid down. And I'm also going to go onto the edges of the canvas as well and kind of do that same motion. I do want to leave the remains of the black in some corners. I do want to create that like nice washed effect. So that you can see the letters of this. So I'm just kind of going to the corners, kind of cleaning them up a little bit, spreading out that paint. Yeah, this is looking really cool actually. So now, lastly, I'm just gonna go in with my smallest brush and I'm just gonna dip it into my white. You know what, maybe I'll dip it into my white and a little bit of yellow. I do want to create some kind of like a highlight effect, and that yellow is gonna help kind of give me that kind of like very rusty kind of gold. Maybe a tiny bit of red just to, yeah, burn it up a little bit. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add these highlights to the top of the letters, just like so. Okay, so I'm just taking my small brush and I'm just going over the letters. Okay, with that color. And you can start to see it starts to pop out. And now the really cool thing about this highlight is that you can go ahead and hide some of the blemishes from your hot glue gun that you laid down prior. I don't want to cover them too much, but just enough. And I'm also going to go ahead and add the highlights to the book borders. I want to add a little bit of red. I do want to add a little bit of my red back in because I do want to see a little bit of colors, probably like maybe right around here somewhere. So I'm kind of just going in on the corners here and blending. Now I don't want too much, and honestly, like I think I'm just gonna play around. Like I don't want to have it be all over the place, so I kind of want like some here, maybe some like right around here. So I'm just kind of going in and spreading that paint a little bit and blending. So I'm gonna switch my big brush now, but I'm just going to take that color, just kind of blend it in. There's something going on with this book. You know, quite honestly, this is totally kind of up to you how you want to do this part. Obviously, I'm kind of a big fan of these colors, so that's kind of why I'm gravitating towards them, but you don't necessarily have to use these colors if you do not want to. That is completely and totally up to you. You can go and use, like, you know, if you're more partial to like more like yellows and greens, you can go ahead and do that. Just kind of apply the same principles as I used here, and you should be able to do quite nicely. This is my very own spell book, and I think I'm gonna hang this up in the house somewhere. Alright, congratulations, you guys have made your very own spell book. I hope that you had a lot of fun with me today. If you have any ideas of what you would like for me to do in the future, please be sure to make a comment down below. I'd love to hear your suggestions, and if you've done a version of what we just did today, please share that with me. I'd love to see your paintings. And once again, my name is Amanda. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Later! Halloween!